When you think of Jamaica, you picture beaches, reggae, Usain Bolt, and jerk chicken. But what if I told you there's something else beneath those turquoise waters? Something that could change Jamaica's story forever? I'm talking about oil. Lots of it. This isn't just a rumor. United Oil and Gas, or UOG, has been exploring off Jamaica's southern coast, and the numbers they're talking about are staggering. Suddenly, the conversation is shifting from tourism to drilling rigs and sovereign wealth funds. For decades, Jamaica's economy has relied on tourism, bauxite, and remittances. Oil is a different beast, one that promises wealth but also brings risk. The country stands at a crossroads: unimaginable prosperity or a dangerous gamble. The focus is on the Walton Moorant Block, a massive offshore territory, 22,000 square kilometers of geological potential. UOG believes this block could hold a world-class oil discovery. Years of seismic data and analysis have started to turn heads in the global energy industry. The excitement is real, but so is the caution. Jamaicans have seen big promises before. The potential is thrilling, but the real work and the real risk are just beginning. Jamaica's identity could be on the verge of a dramatic transformation. Let's zoom in on the Walton Moorant Block, Jamaica's hidden basement, twice the size of the island itself. For years, major oil companies ignored it, but UOG saw potential where others didn't. UOG holds the license for the entire block, making them the gatekeepers of Jamaica's oil future. They've been poring over geological data, searching for the best drilling spots. Their CEO calls it a world-class frontier opportunity, industry speak for a massive oil find waiting to happen. The block is split into the Walton and Moorant basins, both believed to contain source rocks similar to the world's most productive oil regions. But holding a license isn't the same as finding oil. The next step, drilling an exploration well. UOG has until January 2028 to start drilling, thanks to a government extension. They're preparing, seeking deep-pocketed partners to share the cost. The government is hopeful but cautious. This is a high-stakes game. The Walton Moorant Block could be Jamaica's golden ticket, but for now, it's still just a promise. The countdown to drilling has begun. Let's talk numbers. According to Gaffney, Klein and Associates, the Walton Moorant Block could hold a mean estimate of 2.4 billion barrels of recoverable oil. UOG's own estimates go as high as 7 billion barrels. These are nation-changing numbers. For context, Guyana's oil discovery in 2015 transformed its economy, making it the fastest growing in the world. If Jamaica's estimates are even close, it could double the country's GDP. Tax revenues could soar into the tens of billions, funding infrastructure, hospitals, schools, and even a transition to renewable energy. This isn't just about wealth. It's about solving problems that have plagued Jamaica for generations. But remember, this oil is still hypothetical, based on seismic data and geological models. Until a drill confirms it, it's just a tantalizing possibility. The scale of the prize is enormous, and the world is starting to pay attention. If the estimates hold, Jamaica could join the ranks of major oil producers. The stakes are high, and the next few years will be critical. The potential is there, but so is the uncertainty. All eyes are on Jamaica's next move. Within the Walton Moorant Block, geologists have pinpointed specific targets, like a treasure map with several X's. The star is the Colibri prospect, estimated at 400 million barrels, twice the size of Ghana's Jubilee Field. Gaffney, Klein and Associates give Colibri a 19% chance of success, which could rise to 33% with more data. That's why Colibri is first in line for drilling. A discovery there could unlock the entire region, attracting a flood of investment. But Colibri isn't alone. In the Moorant Basin, prospects like Thunderball, Moonraker, and Blofeld, named after James Bond films, are even bigger. Thunderball alone could hold 600 million barrels. These Bond-themed giants are high-risk, high-reward plays. The strategy drill Colibri first. If it hits, it de-risks the rest. Success could trigger a domino effect, confirming Jamaica as a major new player. Each prospect is a billion-dollar question waiting for an answer. The first domino, Colibri, could change everything. Jamaica's oil future hinges on what happens next. Not all oil is equal. Jamaica's prospects are in shallow water, 50 to 2,000 meters deep, making extraction cheaper and less risky than deepwater projects. Shallow water drilling uses less expensive equipment, lowering costs and attracting more investors. It's technically simpler, with fewer things that can go wrong. This reduces risk and makes the project more appealing to partners. For UOG, this is a huge selling point. Shallow water also has significant ESG, environmental, social, and governance benefits. Investors are wary of high-carbon, high-risk projects. Shallow water oil is seen as a lower carbon opportunity. This makes it easier to attract ESG-conscious investors. The shallow water advantage could be the key to getting the project off the ground. It's a rare combination: big potential, lower cost, and a smaller environmental footprint. For Jamaica, this could mean a more responsible path to oil wealth. The technical and financial barriers are lower than in many other oil frontiers. That's why the world is watching. Great prospects are one thing, paying to drill is another. Drilling an offshore well costs around $50 million. UOG doesn't have that cash, so they're seeking a farm-out partner. A farm-out means bringing in a bigger company to share the risk and cost, in exchange for a stake in the project. UOG owns 100% of the license, but is actively negotiating with potential partners, from oil majors to regional players. The right partner brings not just money, but technical expertise. The farm-out is the biggest hurdle between Jamaica and its oil boom. If UOG secures a credible partner, drilling moves forward. If not, the project could stall. The government's license extension to 2028 shows support and patience. The next big announcement: who will join UOG? That's the signal the drills are coming. Jamaica's oil dreams hinge on this deal. Let's say the farm-out succeeds, oil is found, and money starts flowing. Is it smooth sailing? History says no. The resource curse has plagued countries like Venezuela and Nigeria, oil wealth leading to corruption, inequality, and economic instability. Oil money can make other exports uncompetitive, hollowing out the economy. Sudden wealth can fuel corruption and create a new class of elites, leaving most people behind. For Jamaica, already facing inequality, this is a real risk. There's also the environmental danger. Oil spills could devastate beaches and tourism. And as a climate-vulnerable island, does it make sense to bet on fossil fuels? Avoiding the resource curse means tackling these issues head-on, with transparency and foresight. The challenge: turn oil into a blessing, not a curse. Jamaica doesn't have to reinvent the wheel to avoid the resource curse. It can learn from others. Guyana's oil boom brought wealth but also criticism for deals that favored oil companies and challenges in managing new riches. Jamaica must build strong, independent institutions and pass laws for transparency before the money arrives. A sovereign wealth fund is essential, saving for the future and smoothing out spending. Transparency is key. Joining initiatives like the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative can help. Public oversight and national dialogue are crucial. Decisions can't be made behind closed doors. Oil money should be a bridge to a more resilient, diversified economy, investing in renewables, tech, and education. The goal: build an economy that thrives long after the oil is gone. With strong guardrails, Jamaica can turn oil potential into lasting prosperity. Jamaica stands at a historic crossroads: unprecedented wealth or the pitfalls of the resource curse. The choices made now, in government, in deals, and by the people, will define the nation's future. The Walton Morant block's potential is enormous, and shallow water drilling makes it feasible. If billions of barrels are confirmed, Jamaica could rewrite its economic story. But the risks: corruption, environmental damage, and social division are just as real. The next milestone: UOG's farm-out partner. After that, the first exploration well. Meanwhile, Jamaica must strengthen laws, build transparent institutions, and start a national conversation about managing this wealth. The oil story is just beginning. Its ending depends on the wisdom of leaders and the vigilance of the people. Jamaica's future is on the line, and the world is watching.